Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Soulcreek, where Alex's dream has just been so rudely interrupted right as I was getting to the good part. Tough luck. Where'd I put my pen? Gah. This is why you set things up before you start recording. Loken? I groggily shift about, finding the husky no longer beside me. I've been moved, now nestled in my bedding. Damn. First dream I've had since waking up in Alayla. It was intense. I'm not surprised it was him, given how yesterday went. How much sleep did I get? It couldn't have been more than a couple of hours. I'm exhausted. Hey, Rat, it's Taki. Get your tits in check and get out here. Yeah, I'm coming. I sit up, eyes stinging from fatigue. I figure Loken might have moved to his bed, but it's empty. He's left his Black Runner outfit in a pile. I'm alone. Huh. The last thing I remember was drifting off to sleep against his side. Hey, Bite? My brain butler doesn't answer. Bite! Oh, right. He's busy decoding the algorithm we found at the Rhinestone Dish. I won't have him today. It only then occurs to me how lonely I'm going to feel without him. Oi! Quit tugging your sheath and get up here. Get up. No here. Hang on. Gods. I amble over to the door, tucking my morning boner away to hide it. I wince at the blinding sunlight. You look like a bag of shit, Rat. Yeah, I feel like one too. Where's Loken? So I'm on the way here. He's going to the Springs. Want some alone time. Is he alright? She holds out a hand and shakes it in a so-so fashion. Pretty beat. So do you, mind? You feeling rough after... She falters. You know, last night? Yeah. Didn't sleep much. Well, pull yourself together. Chief wants a word. I already told Loken he'll catch up with you at the village. Come on. What does Dravoni want with me? I don't know. I ain't always got my tongue up her asshole. Come on, move your ass. I stuff my arms into my hoodie and pocket and close the lodge door behind me. Lead the way. As I walk alongside Taki, I glance in the direction of the hot springs, but there's no sign of the husky. When did you see Loken? On the way up here. He was leaving as I was arriving. Looked fine, Rat. Just real tired. Did he say anything else? Rat, he's fine. Just give him some fucking space. It's hard to quell my concern. I'm convinced he's run off because of me. What did I do wrong? Trying to brush my worry for the hound aside, I instead wonder about something I heard Taki mention. What did you say earlier? I was tugging my what? Your fucking sheath. Bet you was, too. I stare at her blankly. What? Humans don't have sheaths. Taki stops and stares at me in bewilderment. Eh? You having my ass? Yep. Just dick and balls. Nothing special. Seriously? Drop your slacks. Let me see. I laugh out loud. What the hell, Taki? You're not adding me to your collection of dismembered cocks. Ah, come on. I ain't ever met someone that one. Don't it hurt when you walk? Why would walking hurt our dicks? That'd be a huge evolutionary fuck-up. I'm just wondering. Heard of folks that don't have sheaths, but it's real rare among bipeds. Good to know it's not just a human thing. Yeah, folks are different here. And tried to explain how folks inherit this body bit and that body bit, but I zone out when that little stump starts talking. Still, you gotta let me see. I am not flashing my junk at you. Ah, come on! You gotta get with the spirit. It's the indulgence tonight. Have yourself a drink and get fucked like everyone else. I mean, I'm going with Loken, so... He won't mind. I'll help pair you off with a bunch of girls your own size. In return, though, I get to see a cock. Keep trying, Taki. Besides, I'm not... I falter. Not... Into girls? Yeah, I know. First time for everything, though. I give her a flat-faced frown. How did you know? Ryan told me. And how did he know? He just knows, rat. Dude runs a mating troupe. Guy cannot usually tell what you like just from a glance. He says, what you like ain't this. She grasps one of her breasts seductively, giving me a sly wink. I roll my eyes. Hey, so is Ryan gonna be free? He normally hooks up with the mutt. I don't really know. Maybe? Honestly, I'm crushing hard for that tiger. First time I saw him rolling up to the village, I thought my pussy was gonna burst into song. I wonder if Bite can delete mental images from my brain? Maybe Aeon could do it. With a knife, if necessary. So the clans are okay with guys liking guys? Girls liking girls? Depends on the clan. Here you're mostly good. Dravoni ain't gonna start forcing you to munch the same pie as everyone else. Other clans ain't always so keen. And you always got the odd one here and there who won't have it. It's seen as disrespectful to the indulgence. Disrespectful how? Folks take the event seriously. It's a big deal. Me? I say we got plenty of spunk to go around, so I ain't gonna slap your hand away if you reach for the sausage platter. To be honest, it's pretty rare. There's always rumors that the mating troops practice on each other. Kai's ain't a fan of it. He's exiled folks for less. Most Draconi are cool, though. Do people know about Loken? Yeah, but he's a black runner. So are you. Ain't nobody gonna ask questions. Even Caius? Who the fuck cares what Caius thinks? He ain't the chieftain of the fucking world. Still, another reason for this Zephyr-hating, technophobic tyrant to be wary of me. Soon the brisk morning air is rousing me from my initial fatigue, though a few extra hours of sleep wouldn't hurt after this. So, your first time in the zones. How was it? I hold up my bandaged hand to her. Ah, sugar cooks? Yep, 3 of them. I'm guessing Loken handled them? Only after I handled them. Sort of. Not counting Bite's android superpowers. Oh, that right? Good on you, Rat. Finding good salvage out there? We weren't really looking for any. We stopped at a few places just in case, but... Oh, wait. I startle her with a jolt of realization as I pat my thigh to see if it's still in my pocket. I find what I'm looking for and tug it out, resting it on my hand. What's that? It's a mating lure for humans. It releases a chemical that turns us into rabid sex monsters. What's it really? A music box. Watch. We stop walking for a moment whilst I flick the thing open and wind the tiny lever. Taki's ears flick at the sound. She cranes her head forward, pointing her ear at my hand. It's a neat little tune, Rat. I like it. You gonna trade it? I snap my hand closed. No way, it's mine. Where the hell did that come from? Yours? Ha! Who needs Loken when you got you, eh? Hey, I didn't mean... It's just the first thing I found in my people. It means a lot to me. Taki shrugs in understanding. As far as I'm concerned, all that salvage laying out there is yours either way. You go get whatever you think you need. Just don't start going all, this is mine, you hear? I'll knock your tooth out and add to Loken's. I'll try. Aye, grand. She pauses for a beat as the Draconi village comes into view, giving me occasionally sideways glances. I frown at her. What? I was gonna say thanks. What for? For last night, with the demon. Losing one of our own like that would have been rough. The village owes you and Loken, big time. I recall the entity standing behind Mylo, mocking and teasing him. Even with whatever vigor I have, the image chills me. Are they okay? Kids? Don't know. I heard they were real shaken up. Not talking to anyone. The girls didn't sleep all night, apparently. Don't know about the lad. He was with the chief all night. I wince. Demons attack the mind, and that must be especially brutal for a kid. Of course, most of the tribe women are saying it was just a wild animal. But, you know, that's how things go. Probably for the best. So, she hesitates. Yeah? So it was a proper demon. I blink at her. You're really asking me that? Yeah, it was a demon, right? What you guys saw last night? You'll fry your brain with questions like that. Don't think about them. She opens her mouth to ask another question, but I shoot her a warning glare. I mean it. Just getting curious, you know? That's new. She didn't seem curious when I asked her a couple of days ago. What's changed? Just pretend it was an animal. Don't think about them. That's what black runners are for. Aye, that's what you're for. Anyway, you gonna wash? I frowned, perturbed. Do I stink? Like an acre of shit. No. I'll go to the springs too, later. Just use the water makers we got here. They're pretty good. Even got some fancy washing soaps, courtesy of the main troop. I assume the water makers are the showers. I do like the sound of one, and I'm curious to see how the plumbing for them is set up here. Yeah, I might do. Hey, I think I know the way to the hall from here. Alright, Rat. Watch yourself. Be seeing you later. And you weird human cock, too. She winks at me, then turns about and marches off in the direction of the village square. I hide my arms in my hoodie pocket and make my way to Dravonia. On the way, I pass tribeswomen and members of the mating troop. The men are being well looked after. They must rely on the accommodations provided by the clans they visit to survive. There's a lot of blatant teasing going on between both sides. The tribeswomen are making themselves comfortable in the laps of the men, who are smiling, who are similarly prying the women for attention. The lascivious energy is palpable. I can sense them all patiently holding onto their cultured sensibilities until the time comes to throw them off and descend into prehistoric lust later tonight. It's so natural to them. I don't think I'd be able to lose my inhibitions like that, no matter how horny I was. I'm way too self-conscious, especially as a tiny human around all these mighty bipeds. My thoughts drift back to Loken. What's going on with us? Every time we got close yesterday, he'd always back off. I'm not fully clear what he's anxious about, and I don't want to make him uncomfortable again. I'm his acolyte, first and foremost. Only this and nothing more. After what I saw in the Black Zones yesterday, perhaps thinking with my dick isn't a good idea. And this world is more dangerous than I could have imagined. I need to stay focused. I find the hall easily enough. Nobody bothers me, save for the occasional odd stare or nervous greeting. The energy of the indulgence seems focused on the square where most of the troop are gathered. Out here, things feel more normal. I yawn. After this, I'll need to catch a few extra hours of sleep. Alex, good, you're here. Thanks for coming. Have a seat. I plant myself behind one of the tables, tapping my fingers nervously on it. Do you need anything? Food? Water? Dravonia sits opposite me, lounging back and staring with interest. She's being awfully nice. I'm fine, thanks. I already had breakfast. Good, good. I wanted to thank you for what you did last night. You helped save those children's lives. Things could have played out very differently if you hadn't been there. I lean forward, immediately racked with concern. How are they? Dravonia grumbles with unease. The girls are deeply unsettled, but that's to be expected. They didn't see anything, but it's clearly still having an effect. A few weeks of nightmares might be unavoidable, but I don't see any permanent harm. And Mylo? Mylo? Mylo. She gestures to a spot behind me. See for yourself. I whirl around and, to my surprise, I see young Mylo sitting alone at a table nearby. The boy is absorbed in building something with a piece of scrap metal. He seems fine? I'm glad to see he's okay, but it's not what I expected. Has he said anything? He's still a little shaken, but not like the other children. For the most part, he's just his usual quirky self. I frown. Are you sure he's okay? The demon targeted him. He was right in the thick of it. That's one of the reasons I called you here. He's a tough one for sure. Very spirited, but he's still only a child. Will you speak to him? Me? He doesn't know me. He's starting to. And what about his mother? The whole clan is responsible for our youngsters, including you. I cringe with unease. Does that mean, like, I have to feed him and stuff? Mylo had a run-in with a demon and seems unaffected. It's unusual. I want a Black Runner's opinion. Just check in with him. You saved him. He does know you. To be honest, even without the clan's obligation, I feel invested in this lad's well-being after last night. Sure, I'll be quick. I rise to my feet, sliding my chair back and leaving Dravonia at the table. Mylo is sitting with his back to me, engrossed in his scrap metal project. As I get closer, I peer over his shoulder to see what he's making. He's using a rock to bend a metal pipe into a Y shape. A slingshot, perhaps? Though it looks a bit too intricate for that. Hey, Mylo. The boy looks over his shoulder at me. Oh, you're Alex. Hey. Little kid voice I can't do. Yeah, that's right. With a friendly smile, I sit opposite him. He's wearing a hoodie like mine, heavily fashioned after the Zephyr. How are you doing? He hums. I'm trying to estimate his age, but it's tough given that he isn't human. I'd wager about 10? Sore. Chief is making me work the fields all week. I was out there all morning. If I have to listen to any more cows screaming at me, I'm gonna lose it. I contain a laugh. Is that your punishment? Being knee-deep in pig shit? Yeah, it sucks. Hey, can you get me out of it? If it teaches you not to go zone baiting again, I'm all for the pig shit. Oh, don't worry. I'm never going zone baiting again. It was so stupid. I only did it because the other kids dared me. Come on, Mylo. I bet you're smarter than that. Mylo groans and flails dramatically. Maria called me a coward. I'm not taking that from her. Her face looks like a duck's asshole. She really hates me, too. All because I once dropped a spider down the back of her shirt and laughed about it. Why did you do that? Because it was really funny, and she deserved it. She's a bully. Everyone thinks so. He picks up a piece of his scrap metal creation. I still can't quite figure out what it is. No more zone baiting, I promise. I'll just stick to stuff I'm actually good at. Like making stuff? What are you making right now? Nope, it's a new creation. You gotta wait till it's done like everyone else. Ah, an inventor. Fair enough. What else are you good at then? I like knocking on Barrow's door and running away. Does that count? Damn, I'm starting to like this little punk. Not really. Yeah, well, he's a fat prick. He once threw a shoe at my friend's head. Why did he do that? 'Cause he's a fat prick. I fold my arms and smirk. He must just be putting on a brave face, right? Hey, Mylo, do you, remember anything from last night? He puffs his cheeks out and blows a raspberry, lips pouting. I remember hearing stuff and seeing you talking to me. I knew it was standing behind me. I remember the smell, too. What was that? I shake my head. I don't know. It was my first time seeing one, too. Well, I'm not scared of them. It's okay, Mylo. You don't have to act all tough with me. You seemed pretty scared last night. Duh. There was a demon behind me. There isn't a demon behind me right now, is there? I pretend to look past him, face scrunched up in scrutiny. Nah, it's just the chief. She's much scarier. Mylo snickers. It was scary at the time. I thought I was gonna die. I always knew demons were real. Most people don't think so. Well, they're wrong, aren't they? They should stop pretending. Huh. I don't think he's putting on a facade. He really is fine. Just as I'm pondering how he isn't even slightly traumatized, his green eyes widen. They're fixed on a point just below my face. Bullet! What? There! He's looking at my amulet, the bullet chain Loken made for me. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I frowned. Neither Mia nor Barrow knew what a bullet was. I pinch it between my fingers, lifting it up so he can see. Did Loken teach you about these in school? Nope. I just remember it. From where? Not sure. I just do. Just like that. I understand how he's so calm. I better tell Loken about this. Hey, listen. I need to get back to the chief. If you ever need anything, let me or Loken know, okay? I will. Thanks, Alex. Giving him a final smile, I rise back up to my feet. Javonia watches me return. Her face lights up expectantly as I rejoin her at the table. Well, he's gonna be fine. She squints at me. It's, Black Runner stuff. I'll talk to Loken about him. All right. In that case, on to the real reason I summoned you here. I had a hunch that wasn't it. I want an explanation. She stares at me intensely. I have nothing to hide, but at once I feel like I'm on trial. For what? Demons have never come this close to the borders before. Why were the Black Zones riled up? It happened all over Alayla. Yeah, they were disturbed, but... Wait, all over Alayla? She nods soberly. Messages are coming in. Everything seems back to normal now, but two of Kais's Black Runners disappeared in the frenzy. He isn't happy. I wince, my stomach churning guiltily. Whatever we found at the rhinestone dish is bigger than I thought. What can you tell me? What did you see in the Black Zone? Wait, I shouldn't tell you that stuff, should I? It's Black Runner stuff, business. It's Draconi business, so what did you see? Can you tell me anything about the demon that tried to take Mylo? You really want to know about the Black Zones? I do. And I'm Chieftain of the Draconi. Tell me what happened. As she waves her authority at me, I'm certain she knows how dangerous this line of inquiry is. You're the one who first told me ignorance is bliss. She irritably waves her paw and dismisses my objection. Never mind all that with me. This is more important. Tell me what happened. I know I can't discuss this with her, for her own protection, but refusing her is a daunting prospect. I'm not sure I should. I'm not some weak-minded peasant, Alex. Answer my question. When she snaps at me, my heart almost leaps from my chest. Draconia pinches her brow, drawing herself back to composure. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was hoping you'd have more for me. She sounds quite emotional. I've never heard her lose her cool like that. I understand this knowledge is dangerous, but my interest is personal. I have a grudge against the Black Zones. What happened? My sister, Alira. Many years ago, she became informed. She died. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Alira was so passionate. She believed the clans would never progress unless we learned to face the Black Zones. She knew that the longer we stagnated, the more we would dwindle. She knew the risks, and she took them. She dove into the Black Zones in search of knowledge. Whatever she found cost her everything. There's a pause. Even with all her dignified composure, I can tell this is heavily weighing her down. I won't allow her efforts to be wasted. I want to know what's out there, Alex, for her and everyone. Generations of cowering. It has to end, Alex. She knew that. When I first saw you, a living Zephyr, I knew it was too risky to keep you alive. However, I thought you might be a key to something, some insight. That's why you didn't execute me straight away? I'm sorry for the manipulation. I'm quiet for a moment, mulling over my thoughts. I get it. Do you? I stare at her. Yesterday in the Black Zones, I stop, wary of how much I should say. Tell me. It's all still there. The Zephyr ruins. I saw it all. I'm the last human. I don't even know what I've lost. Only that clans don't even remember what humans look like. I just feel alone. It scares me. It scares me that something wanted us, not just dead. Abolished, deleted from everything. If I don't find out what happened, they win, don't they? Or I lose? I don't know what's worse. I falter. I'm only now realizing how much this means to me. Logan and I found something out there yesterday. It's dangerous, but I have to follow it up. I have to. There's a short pause, then she nods in understanding. Seeing that must have been saddening for you. I look away, feeling my jaw tense. I fumble with the music box in my pocket. Nope. Not sad. Angry. I hear it. She smiles resolutely at me. I want justice for your people and Alira, and I will find it. I will beat these demons. Even Logan didn't understand my outrage, but she does. Chief, if I start telling you these things, I'm sending you down the same path as Alira. Maybe there's a way, but this isn't it. The madness of the Black Zones is real. That knowledge really does have a price. She sighs. All right, Alex. I won't push you for information. But in return, promise me something. What? Whatever reason you're here, whatever purpose you have, fulfill it. I grin. Deal. For Alira. And for every lost human. I'm sorry about your sister. She shrugs off my sympathy, scraping her chair back and rising to her feet. If she were here, she'd smack me for all this weeping. She was fierce, like you couldn't imagine. On to other things, Alex. The indulgence is tonight. I want you there. You're a part of our clan now. I grimace. Ah, yes, so the troop can see how dumb and tiny I am. She snorts dismissively. Don't demean yourself. You've come incredibly far in only a few short days. Loken was right about you. This is your path. I don't understand why it's so important that Loken and I are there. He doesn't want to go. The mating troop travel in and out of Halela. They're a source of trade. Word about you will spread through them. I'd like the word to be that you're one of us. And that's that. She says it firmly, and I feel oddly warmed by her assurance. So, you really think I'm a Draconi now? You've always been a Draconi. You were just lost. Now you've found your way home. It's a nice sentiment, crossing entire centuries just to find my place. But I'm still a human. A Zephyr. I don't suppose you've seen Loken today. Haven't you? I shake my head, and she quickly picks up on my worry. He'll be here soon, no doubt. I suggest you visit the tailors, and perhaps use the water makers. Your outfit could do with a wash. She has a point. My clothes are still covered in dust and grime from the Black Zone. I doubt it's a good look, and I assume the bipeds have better noses than I do. Yeah, alright. Where are they? Past the square, then head towards the farms. You can't miss them. Ask the tailors to find something your size. Great, thanks. And I'll see you again at dusk for the indulgence. I grimace. Yep, and the orgy. Good times. She shakes her head, chuckling. What's there to be embarrassed about? I don't have the energy to answer. I just shake my head and get to my feet. It's just a human thing, okay? I'll see you later, Chief. Alex. With a final nod, I head back outside. I quickly find the water makers. A network of crude pipes and ramshackle water tanks wrap around the wooden building. Steam creeps up from within, floating blissfully upwards into the air. It blows my mind that the Automonks can still enable this level of technological engineering. It's remarkable, bizarre, and completely unnerving. Next to the showers are the tailors, an open-walled hut with countless hanging baskets within, each full to bursting with a random assortment of garments. Seems like clothes are all communal. They just grab outfits at random. Like my hoodie. Most pieces are fashioned after Zephyr clothes. I still don't understand why they do that. There aren't many tribeswomen here. A few are working with the tailors and a couple exit the showers as I approach. I stop by the tailors first. The woman I speak to, a fox, is very polite despite her unease. She helps me pick out a more casual outfit after I shower. Thanks. Is there any way I can wash my current getup? Oh, we'll just take them. Just come back later and I'll have everything freshened up for you. I smile, warmed by her generosity. That's great, thanks. They really need it. I've been in the Black Zone getting covered in, dirt. I'd only meant it as a casual, lighthearted comment. As I see her reaction, I realize how stupid it had been. She pulls her hand away from me, her eyes wide with fear. I think we've actually got a lot of clothes to wash today. Why don't you clean them in the hot springs? I hear that's what Loken does. I'm slightly put out by her change of heart, but forced sympathetic smile. I know it's nothing personal. Right, yeah. I'll do that. Thanks for the new clothes anyway. Damn. On top of being human, we get treated like we've got the plague for being a tainted black runner, too. Oh, right. No bite. I head to the showers. The showers are split off into 6 larger rooms. I pick one of the empty rooms, preferring to avoid exposing my furless human ass to anyone. Placing my new clothes by the door, I strip down. The cold air freezes my bare skin, but I'm used to the chill at this point. There are several sweet-smelling leather bottles piled up in a corner. I assume they must be shampoo, so I take one of the bottles. Inspecting the shower's faucets, I find that they're just simple sawn-off pipes. A makeshift pneumatic switch is attached halfway down each one. I turn the nearest one. It sputters and shakes, then begins to spit a crude stream at me. It's pretty hot. Soon the whole room is fogged up with steam. After a moment, just enjoying the water, I pour a dollop of the viscous shampoo-like substance onto my hand and douse my hair with it. It bubbles up quickly, and I begin lathering myself up. Huh, it's minty. Nice. This isn't so bad. I unwrap the bandage on my hand. The cut beneath is pretty minor, so I doubt it needs more treatment. It's a rare moment of quiet where I'm completely alone. Normally this is where Bite and I would take verbal jabs at each other. Weighed down by the fatigue and overwhelmed by my mental solitude, my mind gropes for happy distractions. It arrives at Loken and the upcoming indulgence. I'd much prefer to be showering with him. But I don't know how our cultures would clash if we did something more. Given how alone I've been feeling today, could that be why I'm craving his company so much? Hell, could that be why I've developed such a swift attachment to him in the first place? The only time people get together here is at the indulgence, with no room for closed-off relationships. Just one communal fuck and that's it. It's a far cry from the Zephyr way. It's not like I'm in love with him. I barely know him. It's only been a few days. Yet, there's something about how blunt and unrefined he is that's incredibly enticing to me. I saw a hint of it yesterday. Raw, bestial desire that I wish he'd just let loose on me. I picture him here with me as I lather his thick pelt with soap and knead my hands into his sculpted chest. My waist buzzes pleasantly from neglect. It may only be a physical attraction I have, but I do admire him, and I like his company. He's a good hound. Suddenly I hear footsteps. Someone's here. Ah! Morning, Alex. Orion drops a small basket by the doorway and heads over to the opposite side of the room. I swiftly turn around. I hear him twist a shower pump and stand beneath the stream of water. Hey. You alright? Fine. I'm trying to hide how timid I feel. He has no qualms having everything out in front of me. The tiger just shakes his head with amusement at my coyness. Oh, we're using the shampoo? It's for thicker pelts, like Loken's. Probably not good for your bare skin. Here. He's holding out a small aromatic bar of soap to me. I force myself to turn to face him. Trying really hard to keep my eyes on his face, I take it with burning cheeks. Thanks. The white ash is from the kapok tree. Quite rare. He casually dips his head beneath a stream of water as he turns the tap. This water is great. This is why I love visiting the Draconi. Orion takes another bar of soap from his pile and begins scrubbing his fur down. I find myself gazing at his body. His bulky chest and firm shoulders flex as he rinses his fur. Blushing furiously, I look away. As tempting and alluring as the alien design of his junk is, I'm too embarrassed to steal a glance. Orion, however, seems to have no such qualms when it comes to me. Humans don't have sheets? I wince, face turning scarlet. Nope. Humans are, we're different, I guess. I wouldn't say that. A few of my troop don't have them either. It's just rare. Good to know. First time seeing one, I assume? Kinda. I can shower later if you prefer to be alone. No, it's fine. I just, get a little embarrassed. Is that a human thing? Apparently so. Alright. I promise I'll keep my eyes on your face. I'm half tempted to just keep looking at his sheath. I didn't. I specifically said don't. Come on. He doesn't seem to mind, and I'd kind of like to know how they actually work. Maybe Loken can show me. By the way, I hear you're the one who saved my son. I spin back around, frowning. Mylo is your son? I shouldn't be so surprised. I even remember thinking Orion looked familiar when I first saw him. One of them. I think I have 2 at this village. Or 3? It's hard to remember who is where. How many children do you have? Really, Alex, I have no idea. 100 or more, I'd say. My jaw drops. That's insane. Is it? Is it? One of my troop boys, Tomley. He's working up to 300. But he's proficient. Prefers to spread his seed around quickly. The sheer volume of his offspring isn't what shocks me. Your kids are just numbers to you? He shrugs, perplexed by my question. It's a great honor to be a part of a mating troop, but we're not fathers. We share the indulgence, then we leave. He flicks his tail free of water droplets. The indulgence is a sad necessity. Many seem to have forgotten why it exists in the first place. Yes, it's a spiritual and sacred event to celebrate, but it came about because of survival. I feel we've grown numb to the looming threat of extinction. That's pretty bleak. How do you join a mating troop anyway? Most men volunteer when they're old enough. Compared with what most clans go through, it's a great life. Traveling the world and being treated with respect. We have to rely on the Black Runners to help us navigate around the Black Zones, so for many it's the only way to leave the land you're born in safely and see the world. This indulgence thing really is a cultural keystone. And Travonia is really okay with guys getting it on? He laughs, shrugging his shoulders nonchalantly. You're talking about Logan and I? I'm allowed my own indulgences. He has a good heart. I care about him a great deal. Before I ask a follow-up question, he grins at me. Has he tried to fuck you yet? What? I said, has he fucked you yet? I assume he's waiting for the indulgence given how he acted yesterday. Oh, come on. I'm his acolyte. He's not waiting for anything. Is that a joke? You're his only other compatible match, and you're a cute little thing with a gorgeous ass. Of course he wants you. My face turns scarlet. Damn, I thought Loken was blunt. Orion is really something. Thanks, I guess. Will you indulge with him? I don't know how comfortable I am talking about this, let alone while I'm butt-ass nude. I grumble, letting the remaining soap wash from my skin and turning the shower tap off. I don't really get how you guys do things here. I sense him looking curiously at me as I step away to collect my new clothes. I grab a towel and start quickly drying myself. Well, what don't you get? I'm not even sure where to begin. Loken sort of suggested you guys only have sex at the indulgence. Is that true? Not exactly. Opportunities to make come up outside of the event. It's just considered greedy and disrespectful. So, I can fuck outside of the indulgence, but it makes me a slut. The indulgence is a joining of many souls, and for a greater purpose beyond pleasure. It's a reminder that despite all we're up against, we're still creatures of the wild, with a natural hunger. Many believe going against that is impertinent to our cause. Surely any breeding is good breeding. Alex, I agree. We need to populate. I have no idea how things got this way. I don't think anyone remembers. Giovanni certainly isn't too fussed about when mating occurs. As he speaks, I make a sudden realization and groan in understanding. That's why Logan's been so uncomfortable with his flirting. He doesn't want me to think he's some kind of lecher. He's been flirting already, huh? He must want you a great deal. Maybe? I just didn't think he cared much about the indulgence. He wouldn't stop complaining about it. Ah. He only complains when I'm not there. I've seen him get into the spirit more than most. So, will you partake with him? I wince. I don't think it's a good idea. Him and I are... It's different for us, isn't it? We're black runners, and I don't think the whole orgy thing is for me. I had to pause for a second there. Don't remember if I read this line yet. The tiger mumbles something pensively. Wait for me outside. We'll talk. Hell, I bet he knows Loken far better than I do. Yeah, sure. Conscious of him potentially looking at my butt as I step out, I quickly tug the loose leggings on and head back outside. Whilst I'm waiting outside the showers, I see something that surprises me hanging outside the tailor's. A mirror. I hadn't seen it before. Intensely curious, I step over to check myself. What a specimen. This is what we're left with, huh? Ugh. I immediately regret looking in the stupid mirror. I turn away, wallowing in self-doubt. At least the new clothes actually fit. This jacket is pretty decent. The clans don't seem to have gotten the hang of shoes yet, though. It doesn't take Orion long to join me. He's redressed and looks considerably fluffier. Ah, much better. It's pretty fucked up that hot showers survived the apocalypse, but toothbrushes didn't. Just another reason to stay in favor with the auto monks. He gestures for me to follow him. Come on. I have something for you. Curious, I set off after him with my old clothes tucked under my arm. So, you and Loken, you wouldn't indulge with him? I guess I would. But I'm his acolyte, and we've got Blackrunner things to worry about. So? Indulgence is about shedding your culture self and divulging your most basic desires, Alex. Outside the indulgence, yes, you're his acolyte. Within it, though, you're an animal like him, and you're there to mate. The way he describes it, the indulgence makes it sound like a mindless vortex of feral lust. I have to admit it's enticing. Despite the temptation, Alelo's crazy sex culture still feels a bit inhuman, I guess. It's not really for me. Plus, Loken seems really uncomfortable with the idea. Every time we get close, he backs off. He's just trying to respect you, Alex. He'll hold himself back until the indulgence. That's the proper way of doing things here. Were things different for humans? Yeah, very different. We had lots of ways of hooking up, like loads. We didn't have the affliction, so no indulgence. It was pretty varied. We had marriage, for example. What's that? Where you, fall in love with one person and commit to them for life. You have, like, a big party to celebrate. It was sacred, I guess. Kind of like how the indulgence is to you guys. Orion snorts at the concept. And this marriage commitment is to a soul partner? Yeah, but it's not just for one night. It's for life. That's inefficient. Sex wasn't about efficiency. Imagine only having one snack at the buffet. Right. As opposed to stuffing your face with everything at once. So you are opposed to a good stuffing. It's not that. Trust me, I've been thinking about Loken a lot. So, what's the problem? The timing is perfect. But what happens after the indulgence? After? I don't think I could just fuck him at the indulgence, then pretend it never happened. It's not the human way. Who cares if it's not the human way? I care. Orion shrugs. I suppose you could just convince him to do things as the Zephyr might? I really don't think Loken would want to stop. Once he claims that ass of yours, he'll want to keep it. Isn't that disrespectful? And we're both guys. The last thing I need is a target on my back. Look, Alex, I'm not one to judge. Neither is Javonia, and hers is the only opinion that matters to you, for you. You're both black runners, too. Your business is your own. It's not like you have to tell anyone. I shake my head. I don't even know if I want all this. I'm supposed to be figuring out why I'm here, not getting laid. If Loken told you he wanted to pound you senseless all night, would you turn that down? I feel my face turn redder than I think it ever has. I don't know. I guess not. Orion pauses in his stride to face me. You and Loken are a rare match. He doesn't get that kind of companionship very often, unless it's from me. He craves it more than you can imagine. He's right about that. If I don't address this thing between Loken and I somehow, it'll just get awkward. I guess I am fond of him. And if I can give him some kind of happy companionship, why not? He's a good hound. Maybe getting closer to him would mean I could help with his insecurities. Or potentially, I'd just make them even worse. Ryan and I reach one of the carriages that arrived with the mating troop. The tiger signals me for me to wait as he starts rummaging through the back. Here, this should help both of you get into the spirit. He drops a small cloth pouch into my hands, held closed by a lace around the top. Curious, I go to open it. No, I wouldn't do that unless you want to start the indulgence early. I look up and see Orion wink at me. I scowl when he realizes what he's just given me. This is flair, isn't it? It sure is, friend. Why? Just take it. You don't have to abandon your human side to fuck like one of the clan. I look down at the package, unsure of how to feel. I'll admit, it's kind of tempting. If you don't want it, that's fine. I'll have it back. It's valuable stuff. Do you really think that's what he'd want? Orion shrugs his shoulders. I want him to be happy. I think you'll make him happy, Alex. Confused, but happy. Confused and happy. I'll think about it. I put the package in my back pocket. Good. I need to see that my boys are ready. So I'll let you get on. Talk to you later, Alex. Alright, bye. And thanks. He gives me a very small bow. I roll my eyes at him, grinning. He's quite the charmer. I can see why Taki wants a turn with him. I've nothing much left to do in the village. I figure I'll return to the lodge to get some sleep. And that's a good time to stop. Almost getting to the fun times. Ha ha ha. That I'm probably... I don't know. I don't know how this works with safe or worth mode and what happens if you don't take flare and stuff. It'll be interesting to see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.